What up, Mr. Hip Hop Vegan, coming with another video. And today is going to be an interesting topic that I wanted to talk about because something crazy happened on Instagram to me, and I think this is going to be a topic I wanted to discuss. I wanted to make it an upset rant and get mad and stuff like that, but fucking people just get on my nerves, and especially these type of people. But this book right here, these books right here, this video is about 3 books that you should stay away from. And I believe if you're young and you're reading this book, it's going to be more of a detrimental to your life than really add value to your life, in my opinion. And I read these books in the past, you know, studied it, and a lot of things in my life changed because of reading these books. And I believe you should just stay away from them because they bring no substance, they bring no value, unless you make videos about them, unless you somehow monetize these books and stuff like that. But other than that, it brings no value. It's just information that's good to have, unless you're the type of reader who reads it and be like, oh, this is a fun book to read. Other than that, whatever. So these 3 books right here that I think most people should stay away from. The first book is Behold a Pale Horse. That one is written by William Cooper. This is one of the most popular books they have out there about this certain subject. It was an expensive book when it did come out. I think back in the 90s, it was like around 25 bucks for this book. And I think you should stay away from the information in this book. You know, being true or being not true is just crazy information. I'm not saying crazy in a bad way. I'm just saying crazy information that if you read it, you're like, holy shit. You're gonna be like, what the fuck is going on? Is this true? Why is this going on? What can I do to fix it? Which, we being regular people, you're not gonna be able to change anything that happened in that book. He was murdered by the FBI, I believe it was, either the CIA or the FBI. He was murdered and around his property. You can look it up. William Cooper killed, shot in his property, if I'm not mistaken. But the book is an interesting book. You're gonna read it, and it's either gonna change your life or it's either gonna destroy your life. Because you get to the point where you're just tired of everything that's going on. You're gonna be like, fuck the system, especially if you're reading this when I was like 15 or 14 years old, reading that book, and I was like, fuck everything, fuck school, just fuck everything. So I decided to quit school and decided to go down the rabbit hole of the Illuminati and conspiracy theories, and that's back in the 90s. If I was you, stay away from the book. If you want to read it, whatever. Do not read the book. Do not go down that rabbit hole, because you're going to read that book, and then you're going to go to one book and then go to another book, and it's just going to lead you to the same path. Now, if you want to take them books and be an Alex Jones and be one of these people who monetize off these information, Professor Griff, you know, he's all up in this in that type of world. If you want to be like them, then you can do that. But me personally, if you're young, stay away from that Behold of a Pale Horse. And I'm gonna keep it on that one. Number 2 is gonna be called The Harbinger. The Harbinger is I think it is a Christianity book, if I'm not mistaken. Now that book I haven't read because I just didn't want to read it. Everybody was talking about it. The scare tactics, everything is a fear mongering. Get scared, put fear in your heart. Get ready for something that's never gonna happen. Y2K came and went. The calendar, you know, the Mayan calendar was supposed to end. It came and went. All these conspiracy theories that supposedly be happening never happened. Some of them did happen, but you're not going to be able to change it. If I was you, become a capitalist and try to make as much money as you can, and that's how you help your community. Not reading these conspiracy theories book and going nowhere. The way you make money is, the way you help your community is make as much money as you can, feed them, teach them real knowledge, how to invest, how to make money, not these scare tactics, Illuminati, conspiracy theory stuff. And The Harbinger is just one of them books also that'll put fear in your heart, make you be like, damn, make you not even want to get up and do shit. The Harbinger. I mean, I'm not going to go too deep into that one because I haven't read it. Just because I didn't want to read it. I could have read it a long time ago. I just do not want to go down that rabbit hole. And that, I think that's a Christianity book. And just like anything else, the Christians too believe in that. They're very big deep into conspiracy theories and the devil and satanic messages and symbolism and stuff like that. That doesn't mean anything at the end of the day. Nothing that you can change at all. With the Catholic Church, with Christianity, with Islam, and all these different type of messages that they spew out to us. So that one, stay away from too. The Harbinger, book number 2. I'm not gonna go too deep into it because I didn't read it. So I'm not gonna sit here and lie. I read the back of the book. I read bits and pieces online and stuff like that. But I'm tired of those type of books, and I wish good thing I didn't read it. Now, book number 3, which is an expensive book. You probably can get it on Amazon. You probably can. It's called The Illuminati Bloodlines. This book talks about families of the Illuminati and how they coincide. You got the Lee family, the Kennedys. I think they got the Lincolns in there. You know, the Carnegies. They got a whole list of family names in that book that is part of the Illuminati, and the things that they did, and how the family are, the bloodlines, and how they all coincide with each other, and who's related to what, who's related to who, how the money is made and stuff like that. Now that dude, I believe they killed him also. So I'm not saying that it's not true, or if it's true or not true. What I'm saying is, if I can go back in time, won't even read none of that book. I wouldn't even read any of it, because at this point in my stage in my life, I'm like, damn, all the missed opportunities I had because I was working off of fear. And we had a person, like a fake cult around us and stuff like that. That's a different story that I might make a video about. But you start getting to the point where you don't give a shit about investing. You don't know anything about making money. You don't know how to really survive and stuff like that. So you stop going to school. You stop learning what you're supposed to learn. You stop trusting in people because you think that they're part of the system. And what's funny with a lot of these people who's into stuff like that, they want to stay away from the government, but they also want to use the government when they, like, if you work a job and stuff like that. These people will ask you for donations. They will ask you for money, but then talk shit about you because you're working a job. But also, they be like, you're working a job, give me donations. You're working a job, you're bad, but since you're working, give me donations. So it's more of a psychological mindfuck that they do. So that book, the Illuminati Bloodlines, it talks about the families. I know I got off on a tangent because just wait for the story. At the end of the video, I'm going to talk about the story. But the Illuminati Bloodlines, let's get back to it. You know, the families of who's the master, who's on top, who really runs shit and stuff like that. Is it good information to know? Yes. Has it helped me anywhere in life? No. Has it helped me with living, surviving? No. What it did, it fucks you up more than anything else. Because by the time you get older and stuff like that, you said, damn, I wasted all my life and I still couldn't change nothing, no matter what. You're not going to beat him at all. Look at that. He wrote the book and they killed him. William Cooper, they killed him. And William Cooper used to be in the military. The guy who wrote the Illuminati Bloodlines is, his last name is like, I know it ends with an S, or starts with an S. His last name is like Spencer's, something like that. But they killed him also. Just look it up. And if I was you, stay away from these books. Now, the reason why I wanted to talk about why these books you should stay away from, I was on Instagram, on my Instagram account, Mr. Hip Hop Vegan. I really don't go on Instagram too much for my Mr. Hip Hop Vegan page, but it was this girl on there talking about the Sandy Hook, how nobody died on the Sandy Hook. So she put it on her time, on the you know, that timeline, like you can press and watch it and stuff like that, and then you erase, just like, you know, Snapchat had. So I pressed on that and I wrote her a DM from there. I didn't bash her or anything. I just told her, look, I used to be I worked in a massage therapy office. One of the ladies that came in, her daughter or her niece was one of the people who died during Sandy Hook, because this girl on Instagram said nobody died during Sandy Hook. So I was like, listen, I worked on the lady whose niece died in Sandy Hook. She told me, look this up, look that up, look this up, and I looked it up, and she was correct. And people did die. Now, do I think that they might be some government issue with it? Yes, but people did die. You can say whatever you want to say, but people did die. And the reason why is just first-hand knowledge, not fake news, not listening to people and not being there. There's people who never been there and talking about nobody died when they never been there. People haven't walked by the school. People never been there. People would tell you in California what's going on in New York and never been in New York. People in New York would tell you what's going on in California and never been to California. There's people who's not even in Florida and telling us what's happening in Florida and they've never been in Florida. Shit makes no motherfucking sense. So what she did was, I told her in a respectful way, I'm gonna take no, you know what? It erased. I think when she blocked me, somehow it erased, and now she blocked me because I had an opinion. This girl's supposed to be like an activist, and she's a female feminist, and all this stupid bullshit. She's a lesbian, and this and that, and none of it. I disrespect her in no way, none of that, and she still had the nerve to block me and just say, sure, like what I say doesn't matter because she's right. What's wrong with these people in this world today? Everybody wants to be fucking right. Everybody's right, nobody's wrong. Yeah, I read that nobody in Sandy Hook died from somebody who never been there. And I came to her respectfully, and then she blocked me. And that shit is hilarious because these supposed to be the activists and people that you're supposed to talk to and let know, like, yo, you might be spreading fake news yourself. But no, they want to be right. It's just a whole bunch of mess, yo. It's like none of these school shootings, none of it has nothing to do with anything. It never happened. None of the shootings ever happened. Nothing bad's happened in America. Everything is a conspiracy theory that happens in America, and that's how everybody's thinking these days, that nobody can do anything. Everything is a government plot. Do I think governments have to do with bits and pieces of stuff? Yes. However, I'm not out here spreading false rumors and not having correct facts, because somebody writes an article, and that person who writes the article is not somebody who been to Sandy Hook, and she got upset and blocked me. And I wrote her like a post and something like that. She's still not gonna respond because they solved. They're fake activists. Wanna deal with the fear mongering and the government this, the government that, and all this stupid bullshit that I'm telling you at the end of the day is not gonna benefit you in any fucking way. And that's what I wanted to talk about. Fuck everything else. If you still believe in conspiracy theories, you can. But if you're not monetizing it and making money off of it, then you're wasting your motherfucking time. And that's all I gotta say. And whoever don't like it, I don't care. And that's my story that I wanted to talk about. And that shit makes me upset because a lot of these people, I've been studying this since the 90s and reading about it since the 90s. And these people just got internet, and now they just turn on and they think that they know more than anybody else. And that I don't know shit. That back in the days, I fucking ruined my life. To me, I ruined my life just talking about that shit. And the funny part, the same people who you learn this shit from, they always want to use you for some type of reason. Or you work for the government, or you work in a 9 to 5, you're doing this, but oh, let me borrow some money. Oh, let me get some money. Oh, let me get this. And it's all fucking bullshit at the end of the motherfucking day. And that's all I'm gonna say, and that shit just hit a nerve. And that's all I wanted to talk about. Thank you for watching my videos. If you want to subscribe, you can subscribe. I'm actually going to put the links to the book in the description. It might sound oxymoronic, but if you want to buy them, you can buy them. But all I'm going to say is, do not let it control your life, because if you let it control your life, it's done. You got a minute time in this world. Enjoy it the best you can. If you want to just sit around and deal with conspiracy theories, and that's what you want to do, then fine. But in the real world, is not going to work. And that's all I'm going to say. If that's what you want to die for, that's what you want to die for, and that's what you think God brought you on this earth for, then you can do that. That's your prerogative. But for me, it ruined my motherfucking life. And I'm going to leave it at that. Peace.